Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you week 7 of the GBA here, about to take on Mr. Shady Penguin and the New York Mankeys, our second go about it. We are both 5-1 in the GBA, so the impact of this is absolutely tremendous, guys. It's absolutely huge. Just an FYI, we do have a question of the day, and we do have news. I'm working on getting my Teespring shirt going out, so you can see that on the screen. Hopefully it's in the description. If it's not in the description, then it'll be out very soon at the time of this battle. So, of course, I hope for a hacks-free battle here with Shady. Everyone always knocks me for my hacks in the first week, our first go about it, but of course I can't control the hacks, guys. But anyway, we're bringing our team. If you missed the team preview, it is you can check out in the description our team preview, so you can see what team and sets I'm running. So go watch that before this. And this is huge, guys. You don't understand what the implications of this match are. Both Shady and I are tied at the top of our division, both 5-1, fighting against each other to take the top spot in our division. And this match has huge implications because of that. Whoever wins this match will come out on top and take the lead in the division, and also pretty much solidify a playoff spot through at least the wild card. It's not guaranteed just yet, but it's pretty darn close. So this is huge. This is huge. You can see my team. Obviously, I'm predicting Shady's team. I'm predicting him to bring the exact same team as he did bring against me in week 2. There's a chance he could swap a couple things out, bring Rotom Heat. I don't know if he'll necessarily bring the Conkeldurr. He might bring Garchomp instead. There's also the opportunity, I think he might switch out Honchkrow, but I do think the Scizor, Azelf, Superior, and Milotic are pretty much default in terms of what he's going to be bringing. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what goes down, and it looks like he's taken quite a while here. Maybe he had to go, you know, grab some water or something. I actually have 2 glasses of water next to me today for this match, but I do encourage you guys to hit the like button, obviously, to support. I know a lot of you guys are probably Shady people, and some of you guys are part of the aDrive army who are watching this, and it's all good. Like I said, me and Shady are friends, so of course I want, you know, the best, most entertaining match for everyone, and obviously my hope is that I come out on top. You know, I do feel bad about the hacks that we did get in obviously in week 2, but again, it's nothing I can control. I can only play the game as best as I can play it, and whatever happens, happens. So obviously we hope for clean matchups here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I don't know if Shady has an issue with one of his Pokemon, or if there's some connection issues right now, but we're waiting for preparations to be complete here. So what I'll do is I'll cut out until we're ready to rock, and we'll see what's going down. Alright, guys, looks like we did indeed get through, and his team is pretty much as I expected. I'm a little bit surprised to see the Ambi, but that's going to swap out the Honchkrow, so I guess it's not a huge deal. I guess he's had so much luck with Ambi this season, he really wants to run it. I don't know why it took so long for us to connect there, but my initial plan was to indeed lead with Mega Sableye. I predicted him to lead with Azelf. He could lead with Ambi, which doesn't really touch Mega Sableye too much, especially considering he'd probably be fearing the Will-O-Wisp. He doesn't want to lose, get crippled there, so I'm thinking what I need to do here is first we're going to make a note that he's got Ambi, which I didn't really research too much of, but we're going to lead with Mirror here. He might have brought Ambi to take on like Volcarona or something just because of the priority, but I'm going to lead with Mirror here. As planned, hoping he leaves with the Azelf, trying to get his Stealth Rocks up right and early, because it is his only Stealth Rocker. His only potential defogger is the Scizor, so we're going to find out what he's going to do in just a moment. As always, you know, with the GBA, when you send out your Mega, you do have to Mega Evolve as long as you attack. If you don't attack, then it doesn't matter. You can swap out and not Mega Evolve, so I'm pretty glad they brought this team. It's pretty much what I expected. A little bit worried about the Ambi. I do want to just do a quick check on what Ambi base speed is. I believe it's 115. It is 115, so that's fine with me because I will be able to outspeed it with the Vileplume in the sun, as my initial plan is. We are running Sunny Day Mew, and I am running Chlorophyll Vileplume this week, so a little bit weird. We're going to see who's going to lead with. I'm going to lead with Mirror, which is very predictable on my part. I've been leading with Sableye every week in the GBA except for 1 week. He does indeed lead with Clouded, his Azelf. So if all goes well here, we will Mega Evolve and Sucker Punch the Azelf. I had dreams about this. I had dreams about this exact event happening, him clicking Moonblast, trying to kill me here, and me knocking him out with a Sucker Punch. So we're gonna see if all the preparation pays off. He does indeed stay in. He does get hit with the Mirror or the Sucker Punch. If he doesn't have a sash, he loses, and he does go down to the Sucker Punch. So Sableye kills Azelf on the first turn of the match with Sucker Punch, and that is exactly what I had planned for. I figured Shady would be trying to get up his Stealth Rocks right off the bat, and that is going to throw him for a huge loop right now because he was probably not expecting that in the slightest. So we're going to take a quick 1-0 in the first turn of the match, exactly as I predicted, and now he's in a tough spot because he really has nothing for my Sableye outside of potentially Superior or Milotic, but he doesn't know what set I'm running. He might be running Calcs right now to determine that I am an offensive Sableye, or he might think I got a high roll. I don't know, but as I did mention in my pregame, we are running an Adamant Sableye, running just enough attack to always OHKO a Zelf as long as it is not running any HP investment. It does 100% to about 118% or so. I actually think I have the calc. I actually have the calc open from the start of the match before the match even started, because that was what I was expecting. I figured he was going to try to get that Moonblast off or try to get up his Stealth Rocks right away. So we just eliminated a huge threat. In comes the Scizor. Now I did make a last-minute swap to my Mega Sableye here because I was fearing Mega Scizor being a substitute set. So if he is running Adamant Nature, the most he can do to me with a U-turn is about 45%, and I do carry the Fire Punch here. So if he does try to set up on me with a substitute, I will hit it very, very hard with a Fire Punch. I was originally running Will-O-Wisp, and last night, right before bed, I switched for Fire Punch. So we'll see what he's going to do here. If he does try to substitute, I can hit him with a big... He does indeed go for the substitute, and again, I am feeling really good because I would not have been able to break that substitute with any other move on my team. I had to have used, I had to have gone for Fire Punch because knockoff would not have worked. So now I know he is substitute, probably Swords Dance, which leads me to believe he probably doesn't have U-turn. So I have a very interesting prediction I can make here. I can choose to Fire Punch again, predicting another substitute, which would kind of waste his HP. I can take a riskier play and go for the knockoff, predicting the switch here. The safe play is to Fire Punch. The risky play is the knockoff. The knockoff will not break the substitute. So if he does double sub, I'm a little bit scared. But he might just switch into my Milotic here because there's really no reason for him to waste the HP knowing I have Fire Punch now. So I'm going to go for the knockoff, predicting the switch. He does indeed switch out, so we're going to see whatever he's got here. He's going to go into Sakura, which I believe is his Milotic, so we're going to get rid of whatever item this thing was carrying. I want to pay attention to what item he was carrying. That might give me some insight onto his set. I'm going to get rid of his leftovers, so he doesn't have an item, and that leads me to believe he's also specially defensive because of how much damage that did. So let me just do a quick count here just to see. Knockoff should have done about 33% if it was physically defensive, but again, I do believe he's going to be specially defensive just based on that investment alone. Because I would say he's specially defensive. So I'm expecting an incoming Scald here. I could Sucker Punch, which would do a tremendous amount of damage, but I am a bit scared of him going for, something a little bit tricky, like maybe going for... I don't know. I think my switch into Scrambled here makes the most sense, just because I can get a Toxic off on whatever he wants to bring in. It could bait out the Scizor, but that doesn't scare me as much because I know it is a substitute Scizor now. So I'm thinking Scrambled's my best play, or I could just Sucker Punch here. He might recover though. How much is a Sucker Punch going to do? A Sucker Punch is going to do about 40%. I don't really have anything that can hit this thing now, so I'm thinking Scrambled is my best play here. So let's just make the obvious switch into Scrambled, which does make a lot of sense. We're going to find out what this thing is carrying. I'm assuming it's going to be Scald. He's about, I'm going to make some notes really quick. He's going to go for the Recover, so he is indeed carrying Recover. I'm going to assume Scald is probably another one of his moves. I do want to make some notes that the Scizor is at 75%, and the Milotic is at full. So now I have an opportunity to do a couple things. I can go for the Toxic and essentially really cripple this Milotic. He could potentially bring in his Scizor now, or potentially the Conkeldurr to take the status. Luckily for me, if Conkeldurr does come in, I do have a nice switch into Sableye, but again, I can't really do too much back to it. I'm thinking the Toxic could bring in the Conkeldurr, so I'm going to do a switch into, let's see here, do I want to go into Mew right now, or do I want to go for the Toxic and try to get some damage, because this thing cannot really touch me. I'm thinking the Seismic Toss makes the most sense because I do not want that Conkeldurr coming in and just getting a Toxic boost to it right away. well, do I even care though? If he gets a Guts Toxic boost on his Conkeldurr, that's gonna it's gonna hurt me quite a bit. I think the Seismitoss might make the most sense. Let's just go for Seismitoss to scout out what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for Safeguard here, so he does indeed actually try to predict the status. Very interesting there. So Safeguard comes in, so he's trying to help out the rest of his team and inhibit them from getting status. So we have 4 turns left of Safeguard. I believe it's a 5-turn move. Let me do some quick research here because I'm not positive how much it does. So Safeguard, nice play though, that was interesting. Safeguard is indeed for 5 turns, so we know it's got Safeguard and Recover, which means it might not be carrying the Ice Beam, which is kind of good. Now, I could go into Mew here. I could also go into Luke's Mom, which could take anything from this thing and also give me some opportunities to switch out. So I don't really care if I get burned on Luke's Mom, so let's actually, you know what, let's stay in and go for another Seismitoss. No, you know what, he knows he can't beat me in this one-on-one, but now that he's got his Safeguard up, I'm thinking he might just try to stay in and stall me out a little bit. I can keep some pressure up and go on to Luke's Mom and get a nice, I can take a Scald no matter what and U-turn out, or get a Reflect up to really help out against his physical threats. Let's see here, we got a little bit of time left, so I am gonna make that switch into Luke's Mom because I do believe that'll give me some, the only thing is if he goes into, I don't think he would go into Superior right now. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. And if he goes into Superior, then that'll kind of put me in a bad spot. I'm thinking perhaps, yeah, you know what, let's go into Rotom. I don't think the switch into Superior is very likely, just because Superior is going to have a hard time taking on Chansey anyway. So let's switch to Luke's Mom. We'll see what he's going to do. He's going to switch. I'm going to assume he's going to go into Conkeldurr here, knowing that it's free from new guys. So he's going to go into the Ambipom. Okay, so we're going to find out what kind of Ambipom this thing is. Now, I could allow him to go for the... let me actually do some research on Ambipom really quick, because I know they're probably carrying Fake Out and things like that. He might be carrying U-turn and so on and so forth. I don't want to take a ton of damage from this thing, so let me go to Ambipom. I know it gets kind of a wide range of moves, including, you know, some special moves. Its special attack set is really low, but it does get Seed Bomb, so that's something to keep in mind, that it does indeed get the Seed Bomb. I do think our best switch in here is to go to Mega Sableye. Let me just check what Ambipom's gonna do to Mega Sableye. Really, its best move is Knockoff that I'm seeing here. How is Rotom gonna take an Ambipom Seed Bomb though? That is what I want to see, because I am running quite a bit of defensive investment here. It looks like it does a lot. It does actually. It's a 2-hit KO. So I think our swap into Mirror Mirror here makes the most sense. I could recover off any damage he might want to try to do on me. So we'll see what he's gonna do here. Curious to see what his move is gonna be. If the Fake Out comes in, that would be, you know, pretty normal. But I'm expecting him to have Seed. So he has Nasty Plot. So he has Special. Wow, that's really scary. That is very, very scary. Nasty Plot. Now, what moves does he get on the special side of things? He doesn't get any Fairy moves. His special side of things, he gets things like Water Pulse. He gets things like Shockwave. He gets, you know, Grass Knot, obviously. Nothing that can hurt me entirely. I think I'm safe to go for a knockoff here, which is going to do a lot. And I'm pretty sure I could take any hit from a +2 Ambipom. Let me just check and see if he is indeed, like, let's say he's Timid Nature. How much will a +2 Ambipom be able to do to me with any of his moves? Let's look at Water Pulse or something like that. It looks like I could take pretty much any hit from this thing. I do have a fair amount of time here. So Nasty Plot doesn't get any sort of switching moves. He wants to probably take advantage of Technician. So I think we're safe to just fire off a knockoff here, which is going to be, it's going to do a lot. So let's just go for the knockoff, see what he's going to do here. He's going to go for a double Nasty Plot. Double Nasty Plot. So he has +4, which is very interesting because I don't see what Sableye can do to me, or this thing can do to me. He's going to take about 70%. I'm going to get rid of his Focus Sash. So he doesn't have an item now, and Ambipom is about 25%, but he doesn't know that I'm actually carrying the Sucker Punch as well. Oh, he does know about the Sucker Punch. So let's just go for Sucker Punch. If he wants to attack me, then his Ambipom Sash is already gone, and I'll be able to knock him out with any hit. So we might be able to force his switch here, now that we know he is a special Ambipom. Potentially carrying something like Low Kick to take out Chansey. So Safeguard also is going to be running out pretty soon too, which I failed to remember, but let's see what he's going to do here. If he attacks us, he loses New Guy right off the bat. He'll just lose New Guy. So we'll see what he's going to do here. He's going to fail. He's going to fail because he goes for the Baton. I didn't know this thing got Baton Pass. I should have looked for that. That's really scary because now he's +4 going into whatever he's going to go into. That's really scary. What is his switch in right now? It is Sasuke, which is, of course, his superior, which is sitting at a +4 superior, which is very scary right now. Very scary. I'm really regretting my decisions there because he has +4, but that's kind of weird because the Leaf Storms, you know, I mean, he actually OHKOs me from here. How does Chansey take this on? I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice something to basically throw at him because I don't really have an answer for this thing at +4. I don't have an answer for him at +4. I don't. Let's say he's gonna be Timid Nature. I mean, Chansey at +4 with him being, Jesus, man, this is scary because he's gonna be doing a ton of damage to Chansey right now. Especially if I try to switch in because he's gonna go +6. I can take 2 Leafs, it's close. I don't think I'm taking 2 Leaf Storms on Chansey switching. So is there something I can sacrifice here that makes me feel okay about sacrificing them? Because Erica can come in, but this is, oh my god, he's +4 right now. Chansey can take a hit, but I don't want to bring it in because I'm going to have to be able to hurt this thing. I could Sucker Punch it and sacrifice. I could sacrifice Mirror Mirror here to Sucker Punch. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do here. Sucker Punch is gonna do about 40%. I believe Terrakion can do the rest. How much time do I have? 14 seconds left. I gotta calc this really quick. Terrakion will probably do the rest, so let's Sucker Punch. I'm gonna sacrifice Sableye here. This might be a terrible decision, but I'm gonna try to get the damage off I can to potentially bring it. That's gonna do about 40%. He's gonna go for the Leaf Storm. He does hit it. So now I have to hope. I have to hope that he's not Scarf. If he is Scarf, we are in a lot of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. He is +6 right now. Terrakion does outspeed. Scrambled can take a hit, and Toxic, but I think I need to go into Terrakion and just fire off a close combat here, which might be a mistake. Let's think about this for a second. What are the chances that he's running Scarf Superior right now? If he takes out Terrakion, then I can bring in Erica. Erica will kill him. Because I can take the Leaf Storm. I think I just need to go into Terrakion and go for the close combat here. I am Scarfed. I will outspeed unless he is Scarf Superior, which would be truly an amazing setup. I'm going to go for the close combat here, which is everything on his team really hard. I hope I outspeed. This is very, very crucial. Props to Shady for the Baton Pass, Nasty Plot, Ambi Palm, which I never would have expected. I did lose Sableye, of course. The fact that he hasn't decided his move yet leads me to believe there's a chance that he is not Scarfed. It'd be very weird to see Scarf Superior. It's so fast. All I can do is hope that he's not Scarfed. That is all I can do right now. Luckily, Terrakion destroys a lot of his team. Just on close combats alone, they do so much damage. I did not want to lose Sableye that early in the game because it was so crucial against his team, but I felt like I had to. I felt like I had to sack it because I didn't want to lose Chansey this early because Chansey could take a hit from anything too and counter it back. So I might regret losing Sableye, but it did its job. It took down his Elf, kept the Stealth Rocks off the field, made me feel pretty good about that. The fact that he's debating this move leads me to believe that he is not Scarf Superior, and he thinks that I'm Scarfed. Oh my god, this is a huge play right here. This is a huge... He's gonna switch, so I don't think he's Scarfed. He's probably Wide Lens. He's gonna go into New Guy, and Apom's gonna go down. So... close combat from Terrakion. Okay, so Ambipom goes down. Unfortunately, that puts me in a bad spot in terms of my ability to take a Bullet Punch. I doubt I can take a Bullet Punch now. Let me see, because I do have defense investment. A little bit, not a lot, but if I'm -1 defense, yeah, I'm not living a Bullet Punch. He's actually going to go into Conkeldurr to fire off a Mach Punch instead. Now, luckily for me, I can go into Mew here. Mew actually handles Conkeldurr relatively well. If he wants to go for the Mach Punch, that's fine. If he wants to go to the Drain Punch, I could take it. And I could also take knockoffs as well. So we're going to go into Mew here. I'm not going to think too much about this play. Mew is definitely my best switch-in. Now that he brings in Conkeldurr, which I do have to keep an eye out on its moveset here. I'm assuming the Mach Punch is coming, or the Drain Punch is coming, but one of the two. It is going to be indeed Drain Punch. We'll see how much this does. It is going to do virtually nothing, so he's going to realize that I'm a defensive Mew set here. He doesn't have the Flame Orb, which is good. So now I have an opportunity here to go for the Sunny Day. Do I want to reveal Sunny Day this early in the match, knowing that the knockoff could be coming? I've eliminated a lot of his threats here. Scizor's still a little bit scary, but I think now is our chance to get the Sunny Day in the air, because I believe a Moonblast is going to do a lot to this thing, and I don't believe he's going to be able to do too much back to us. Let me just calc Conkeldurr taking a Moonblast here, even if he's Assault Vest. He is not going to like a Moonblast. A Moonblast is a 2-hit KO, even if he's Assault Vested. So I'm thinking the Sunny Day makes the most sense, and then, because I have a feeling he's going to knock off our Heat Rock here, so we're going to go for the Sunny Day. I'm going to get the Sunny Day off. I think he's going to knock off our Heat Rock. That's why I went for it now, to reveal and get 8 turns of Sun, allowing me a free opportunity to go into Vileplume. I'm believing the knockoff is going to come, so there is the knockoff as expected. It's going to get rid of our Heat Rock, but we did have the pleasure of getting up a lot of, 8 turns of Sun, so we have 7 turns of Sun left, I believe. So I do want to try to make note of that, and he does have knockoff, so I'm not surprised about that. Now, I believe I can take a Bullet Punch, I can take anything for this. I can go for a Psyshock, do about 50% to him, and nothing really wants to come in and take a Psyshock, and then he'll kill me, hopefully, in the next turn. And then I could follow up by going into Vileplume and pretty much killing everything. So that's the plan. Let's go for the Psyshock, try to get him down to about 50% or so the Moonblast will certainly knock him out. We're going to find out what set he is. I'm not running, so that's going to do about 70%. He does indeed go for the knockoff. I do want this to kill, actually. It is not going to kill, but that's going to give me an opportunity to either kill him or get up my Stealth Rocks. He's probably going to go for the Mach Punch if he has it. Let's go for the Stealth Rocks just in case he doesn't have Mach Punch. He does have the Mach Punch, so now we've seen his whole set. And that gives us an opportunity to go into Vileplume. So Mew dies to Mach Punch from Conkeldurr. We can go into Vileplume now, which outspeeds his entire team and should be in pretty good shape to do the rest of the work that we need. We are Chlorophyll boosted Expert Belt. We can definitely take a Mach Punch without a problem. So we're going to fire off a Moonblast here, which will hopefully knock out Bookworm without an issue. He might try to get some chip damage off with a Mach Punch or save this thing. But we are exactly where we want to be. We have 6 turns left of Sun because of the Heat Rock getting knocked off. And so far, everything is looking good right now. I didn't expect to be sending out Vileplume this early in the game, but it is Chlorophyll boosted. It does outspeed everything on his team, including his Superior. His 2 fastest Pokemon are gone. I've pretty much confirmed that he doesn't have Scarf on Superior at this point, so a Sludge Bomb or a HP Fire in the Sun should be enough to take it out from full, I'd imagine. If not, I should be able to take a hit from that thing. The biggest thing I'm worried about right now is the Milotic carrying Ice Beam, but the fact that it does have Safeguard leaves me to believe that it's not going to be carrying Ice Beam as well. So we've got Shady backed against the wall right now, and I'm feeling very, very good at this moment in the match, but I need to stay as focused as possible here. I spent a lot of time prepping for this match, and I don't want to blow it from something I wasn't expecting. His priority, he's got Mach Punch, and he does have Bullet Punch on Scizor, presumably, so he does got some priority there. I don't believe he has U-Turn on Scizor. He's probably got some coverage. He's going to switch out, so something's going to take a Moonblast here, and if it happens to be that Scizor, that's fine with me. It is going to be the Scizor, which is going to come in and take a Moonblast, which is fine. But what that means, he's going to take a good amount from it, first of all. I do have the HP Fire, which is going to knock this thing out. So let's do some math really quick. Let's take a look at Mega Scizor. Let's just double check that HP Fire in the Sun does knock it out. It should be. It's definitely a kill here. So here's my prayer that no one messed up on the damage calc here. We're going to take a lot from a Bullet Punch right now. Well, here's my prayer that no one messed up our damage calc. We're going to go for the Hidden Power. He's going to actually just switch. So he's trying to burn Sun turns here. And he's going to go into Sakura now, of course. So now we only have 4 turns of Sun. So I see what he's trying to do here. He's trying to make some swaps and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're going to be hitting things really hard either way. So nothing in his team wants to take a Solar Beam. So that's what we're going to fire off. I'm not going to overpredict. The Solar Beam is my best play here. And it should knock out the Milotic unless he is rocking full HP, full special defense. Here comes the Solar Beam. Please knock this thing out. I'm not even going to calc it. It's my best play. If he goes to the Ice Beam, he goes to the Ice Beam. It is what it is. And that is going to knock out the Milotic. And, oh my god, Vileplume kills Milotic with Solar Beam. I'm feeling very, very good right now because I still have, I believe, 3 turns left of Sun, maybe only 2 turns left, but at this point in the match, he's only got Superior, which I believe I outspeed with Terrakion. He's got Scizor, which dies to an HP Fire, especially in the Sun, and he's got Conkeldurr, which is going to die to a Moonblast. So the thing that's working against me right now is the Sun turns, which is why I wanted Mew to die to that knockoff. But in comes Octavius again. I do want to do a quick calc here because obviously my HP Fire is the smartest play here. And that's really the only thing I can do. I have to go for HP Fire. If he wants to swap, then he's going to swap. There's not really anything I can do about it. I have to go for HP Fire here. In fear of him, he's going to switch, so he's going to go to Conkeldurr now. He's really trying to push that Sun turns out, but either way, an HP Fire is going to do a lot. So I'm curious to see if this kills this thing, even though it's not. It's going to be boosted by the Sun. It's not going to kill him. So now does HP Fire kill him if I do it again? I think the Moonblast is the safest play here. I don't think he's going to double back into his other Pokemon. I think the Sludge Bomb actually might be the best play, because if he goes into the Superior, he's going to take a Sludge Bomb. No, let's just go for the Moonblast. Safe play here. HP Fire is really close, so I don't know if it's going to kill, so we're just going for the Moonblast. Safe play. Again, that's going to knock out the Conkeldurr. So, Vileplume, Moonblast, Conkeldurr. And I hope we have one more turn left of Sun, but I think it's out now at this point. The Sunlight does indeed fade. So we're out of Sun, so now we no longer outspeed everything in his team. So he does have an opportunity to bring in his Scizor or his Superior, which I've determined is not Scarf. So this is coming down to the wire. He's got 2 Pokemon left. He's got, of course, his Scizor, Mega Scizor, which is chilling at 75% because that's Substitute. He's also rocking his Superior, which is actually below half, I believe, because of a Sucker Punch from earlier. So I think Vileplume, the strategy with Vileplume worked out to perfection. I didn't want to play any guessing games. I didn't want to over-predict. I took the safe routes to eliminate his team. And so far, we're looking pretty good because I still have a Scarf Terrakion, a full health dual screen Rotom, and I still have Vileplume at full health, so I could take at least 1 hit from anything. Even if he wants to run HP Fire on Superior, I could take any hit from Superior, and I could take any hit from a Scizor. And I believe even without the Sun, we're going to knock out Scizor at this point at 75%. I'm going to double check, but if you take the Sun out, I believe, yeah, we're doing 100% to a bulky Scizor. So I think we're okay because Scissor's only doing 50% with a Bullet Punch. He can't really sub up on us, which is good. And the Superior is not going to want to take a Sludge Bomb. That's really what it comes down to. I don't believe Superior is going to want to take a Sludge Bomb. Even he's going to go into Superior here, which again, it's not going to want. Let me just calc for Modest here just to be safe. But I don't believe we have really anything to worry about. Even HP Fire, there's nothing he can do. I think the Sludge Bomb is our safest play, so we're just going to go for that. And we should be able to knock out Sasuke here with a Sludge Bomb, and Vileplume should be able to do the work that it was meant to do. He's gonna go for Hidden Power, so it might be HP Ice, but it's not boosted, so it's only gonna do about 40%. That is exactly what happened. Sludge Bomb's gonna come in, and I believe Vileplume should have no problem killing this thing based on ZVs. It does, so it's gonna kill Superior with Sludge Bomb. And his last Pokemon is indeed Scizor right now, so Scizor can come in and Bullet Punch now. I could play for Differential here and try to save this thing, but I think I can live a Bullet Punch and HP Fire and actually kill this thing, even if he goes for the Bullet Punch. I believe I will live it, because it should only do about 50%. We're chilling at about 60 right now. So I believe Vileplume should be able to walk away with the victory here, as long as nothing crazy happens. Now, I do have Terrakion, which should be able to take a Bullet Punch, because I am defense invested a little bit, just a little bit. I took away some of my speed to add some defense onto Terrakion, so I believe we should be in really good shape here and should be able to walk away, hopefully with a 4-0. I don't know what other moves he could be carrying. He could be carrying like an X Scissor or an Iron. He's gonna go for the Bug Bite, which is Technician boosted. This might kill, actually. It is indeed going to take me out, so Scizor kills Vileplume with Bug Bite, which was a bit scary. A bit scared about that. So let's think about this for a second, because he has Bug Bite and Substitute. Now I do believe Terrakion can live a Bullet Punch, but do I want to take that chance? If I am not -1, if I am regular, I can live a Technician boosted Bullet Punch barring a crit. If he's Adamant Max Attack, I have 46 defense EVs. There is no reason why Terrakion should not be able to live this hit here. It's a bit risky to go into Terrakion, but I believe, unless he gets a crit, we will be able to live the match now. That should be okay, because Chansey can come in. I think we're okay. I think Terrakion should have no issues living a Bullet Punch here. Let me just summary here really quick, just to make sure. He's got 116 defense, which is where he should be. If he's Max Attack, Adamant Nature, Bullet Punch, we should live this. So we're gonna go into Terrakion. We're going to click Close Combat. which I believe is going to do the most damage. It's going to bring him pretty close to a kill here. It's not going to kill, but it'll be very, very close. So we'll see what he's going to do. He's going to go for the bullet punch. We should have no problems living this. We do live it with 20 HP exactly as planned. We're going to go for the close combat here. And is going to knock him down below the ability to substitute, which is huge. So now I'm going to play for differential. I'm going to play for differential now because I'm not going to keep this thing in here. Now I know he's got bullet punch. He's got bug bite. Hold on. So let's think about this for a second. If I bring in Rotom and his last move is probably Swords Dance. I just don't want to end up in a situation where his bug bites are doing enough to me where it's going to kill Rotom. Because he's got a bullet punch here. He can't substitute because he loses if he substitutes. But he could think I'm playing for differential here. Let me just be smart about this really quick. Bug bite does... It's a 2-hit KO on Rotom. So Rotom should be able to come in and Volt Switch for the win. It should be able to take a hit and Volt Switch for the win. Now I will very much so regret... You know, am I stupid here for switching? Because he's gonna kill me with, if I switch and go into Rotom and he Swords Dances, I'm in a lot of trouble. Let me just see if I could take a +2 bug bite. I can. My Rotom can take a +2 bug bite. So if he Swords Dances right now, I don't think he's gonna Swords Dance. I feel like he has to go for the bullet punch. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go into Luke's mom here and try to save Terrakion to get that differential because we are playing interdivision here, which is going to matter. So I'm going to go into... He's going to go for the bullet punch exactly as I predicted. So he really had to do that. He really had to do that. So I know we can take a bug bite. We're going to go for the Volt Switch, which is going to do 23 to 27%. That should be enough to knock him out. Let's go for the Volt Switch here. No questions about it. We actually do outspeed, and that should knock out Octavius. And it does indeed, and we're able to win the match. Rotom kills Scizor, and that is going to be the game. A 3-0 against Shady. Shady, thank you so much for the battle, dude. As you know, Shady is a phenomenal battler. I am very, very proud of the way the Rampardos came out this week. I prepared a ton for this match and decided to go a little bit different with that Sunny Day Heat Rock Vileplume. It was inspired by Old Man Tup, so thank you for that, Tup, for the idea. He didn't give me the idea, but I watched last week's match, and I thought it was going to work out really well. So that is going to be it. We do take the 3-0 against Shady. I felt really comfortable about that match. I felt really good about my preparation going into it, and all of that paid off. So if you guys could, please hit that thumbs up button for me to show some sick Rolus Rampardos love. Hopefully the t-shirts are in the description. I was running into some copyright issues, so trying to get those sorted out. If they're not there, then look for them very soon in the future. And of course, if you are new, make sure you guys subscribe. I hope you did enjoy that match. Again, we are going to move to 6-1 and take the lead of the division back again, hopefully proving that we are a legitimate team here in the GBA. So thank you so much, guys, for your support. My name is aDrive, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.